Thanks to our magnificent brains, most of us live out our lives under the delusion that we are in control. But are our brains truly in control? Makes you think, doesn't it? Engrossed in the thrilling cinematic exploits of their ancestors, the freelance police have had no time to ponder these eternally vexing questions. But in mere moments, they and you will be plunged headfirst into these murky philosophical depths when Sam returns from his ill-timed bathroom break to discover they stole Max's brain.
Max? Little buddy? No, 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 no! No!
What happened?
Hey! What happened to Max? Talk!
We don't know!
1 second we were guarding the devil's toy box.
Then bam! Out went the lights!
Through a fog of rage, darkness, and raisinets, I tried to remember what Flint Paper told me about interrogating suspects.
Rule number 1, don't let the suspect control the conversation. Get him talking, then surprise him. Interrupt him with a question, or call him a liar, freak him out. And if all else fails, bring little Miss Persuasion out for a stroll.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sam & Max in the Devil's Playhouse. And finally, I've got myself a new recording software program thingy. Been using Camtasia all this time because for a while it worked really well, and then all of a sudden it didn't, and I just kept sticking with it because I knew it and I had it for free. But finally I am using Bandicam, and it seems to be working pretty well so far. This is still sort of a test run thing. I'm currently recording in a way where audio for the game and audio for my commentary are one file. I'm gonna see if I can split that up later so I can kind of get everything balanced. But for now, we'll see how this works. Anyway, this is an interesting one. Yes, I've played through like 15 minutes of this already. But it has some interesting mechanics. Try interrupting the suspect's story with a question or a threat. Let's see what happens.
Actually, I think it was more of a boom.
And I love the Noir responses.
Really?
You can do all these different
I
things.
heard it more like a bam.
You say the lights went out? That light was joy. And it's getting snuffed out all over the city, dragging us all into a sea of blackness.
Can we go? Your gramifieds are really bringing us down.
And we're in a doomsday cult.
No! Keep talking!
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember.
Rule number 2, timing is everything. When you hear the suspect lying, that's when you jump in and accuse him.
When you interrupt different parts of a suspect's story, you get different responses. The right interruption at the right time can break the suspect.
Yup, I was totally unconscious the whole time. Nice.
Now all I can see is his blank, brainless body staring at me. asking me. Why?
Okay, you've obviously got some issues to sort out, and we've got an apocalypse to prepare for, so can we go now?
What happened to Max? Talk!
We don't know!
1 second we were guarding the devil,
Yeah,
and
Bam!
Actually, I think it was more of a boom, really.
Go ahead, put us out of our misery.
Since we've lost the devil's toy box, we might as well be dead anyway.
Too easy. Keep talking.
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember.
I don't believe
I was
you.
Totally unconscious the whole...
Liar!
All right. I came to before Jebediah, just in time to hear the telltale sounds of a brain being removed from a bunny.
Obadiah, why didn't you do anything?
I was afraid. Afraid that he'd remove my brain too.
Who? Who took Max's brain?
It was the space gorilla.
Skunk Ape.
Of course! He must have been released from the penal zone when the toy box was stolen.
I'm so sorry.
Not half as sorry as that brain-stealing space ape's gonna be when I catch up with him.
Rule number 3. Mole men are easy. To crack the tough nuts, you'll need information to prove your case. Sometimes you gotta ask around to get the dirt on the doers. Now, go get 'em!
Alright, sometimes info from one suspect will help you break another. Remember to interrupt at the right time to get the info you need. Good luck. So that's basically going to be the mechanics of this particular chapter. So let's
I
go
wrote a
for
mental
it.
note to thank Flint at Max's funeral and got ready to squeeze some punks.
So yeah, I played 15 minutes into the chapter before I could see there was no
General
way
Skunk Ape.
to walk around.
I should have known. That space ape had wanted Max's brain ever since he found out it was special. Now that special brain was gone, and I was cut loose, drifting in the neon current, hoping for a lucky break. Hello, ugly. You're one of Skunk Ape's goons. Where's your boss? What did he do to my little buddy?
I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunk Copy since you unjustly imprisoned him in the penal zone. I'll never forget his final terrified howl as it echoed.
Unjustly? Don't make me chortle. When you get right down to it, we all deserve to get tossed into the penal zone. You, me, the guy who delivers your deep dish pizzas, all of us, bubbling over with sin and corruption.
Is there a point to this, or are you just trying to get me depressed?
Sorry, just thinking out loud. Where were we?
At the 5
As I
o'clock
was
shadow.
saying, since Skunk Copy's imprisonment, I've been reevaluating my life choices.
I don't care.
Abandoned violence for a career as a science spin.
You can't reevaluate your way out of fate, chump. We're all headed for a pine box and a boilerplate eulogy, and you can't change that any more than a tiger can change his pants.
You possess a very depressing worldview.
It comes with the territory when someone cuts out your partner's brain.
But enough about me. You should talk to the rat. Yes, the rat.
Rats? The whole world's full of rats. All of them clawing each other's eyes out to get off this sinking ship called life.
That's quite disturbing and sad. Please stop.
I won't stop until I get the guy who did this to my little buddy!
Anyway, if you don't get the information you need, you can go through the conversation again.
Where's Skunk Ape?
I don't
And we can skip
forget
that.
his final terrified howl as it echoed.
You're lying!
No, I'm not. I haven't seen the general, and I defy anyone to say otherwise.
Go on.
As I was saying, since Skunk Copy's imprisonment, I've abandoned violence for a career as a science.
You lie!
No, it's true. I've abandoned a life of violence and conquest for an honest, peaceful job as a sign spinner. See?
Ah, yes. So, where were we?
But enough about me. You should talk to the rat. Yes.
Alright,
the
so
rat.
what we want to do is...
Rat? What rat?
Yeah.
Frankie the rat. He traffics in stolen merchandise and tawdry gambling rings.
Where can I find him?
He hangs out on the corner of Veni and Vidi in the Latin Quarter.
Frankie the Rat. The name left a bad taste on my tongue and an itchy sensation in my boxers. Still, there wasn't a rodent more plugged into the bad wiring in the city.
Been a while since we talked to a rat in the we haven't done that lately. We've just been seeing him around.
Hey, Rat!
Sam, buddy, how's it hanging?
My partner's got a bad case of a missing brain, and someone thinks you might know something about it.
Brain, huh? Well, I did see something unusual and brain-related a little while back.
Spill!
I was given directions to a confused tourist. Poor fellow was
Confused
wandering around in
tourist?
circles.
The city's full of lost little lambs, and most of the Bo Peeps are just leading them to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah. You want to hear this story or just try and get me all depressed?
Sorry.
Anyway, I was almost done helping the guy, see? When bam! All of a sudden, this space ape comes barreling down the street, fighting with some other mook. A space ape carrying a brain!
Wait, who is he fighting?
Skunk ape.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since...
My partner had a brain once. It wasn't the best brain in the world, and a lot of people said it was chemically imbalanced. But it was his. And now it's gone. Gone like hula hoops and print journalism.
What the heck are you talking about, man?
Sorry, got lost in the moment. Go on.
Like I was saying. So I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked behind a bunch of crates with the other gorilla. We kept our heads down until the fight
Other
moved on
gorilla?
down the street. And that's all I know about the space ape, but...
Sure, hide behind your crates and wait for someone else to do something. But one day, the violence in the streets is gonna spill over the gutters and stain your pretty white socks with the blood of the innocents.
Socks? I don't got any socks. I'm a rat.
And don't you forget it.
So now what?
So yeah, if you don't get what you want, you gotta
One
go
more
through it
time.
again.
What do you know about my partner's brain?
It's like I was telling you. I was... poor
yeah,
fella
same
was
stuff.
wandering around in so... Where? Hey, take it easy, big fella. I sent him right over that way, about 2 miles.
Frankie the Rat helping a tourist? It was absurd. Absurd like Max was, back when he had a brain. So imagine my surprise when I found Frankie's tourist wandering around the bad side of town.
Oh! Ah!
You seem like a character from Monkey Island 4 for some reason.
You, foreign guy, what's your story?
Ooh, an American police shakedown! How thrilling!
Yeah, it's a real honor. Now, what do you know?
Well, about an hour ago, I was getting directions to the museum district from one of your colorful local rats.
And Frankie sent you here?
Yeah,
That guilty lion rat.
you know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so...
Yeah,
Another lost soul on the highway of life, forced to get directions from the rats at their feet.
Excuse me? I'm afraid I don't understand your gritty American metaphors and allusions. Ausgewählt? I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe macht Zauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords.
Is
At
that a
least I think
thing?
it was Weltraumliebe macht
Someone who
Zauberkrieg.
understands the language
Might
tell
have
me if
been
that's a
more of
thing.
an ödeler Spokenfreundle affair.
A hard rain's coming, pal. And when it comes, you're gonna wish you were only in a Weltraum Zauberkrieg.
Your grimness is depressing, but something must be getting lost in a translation. So, as I was saying, after the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. You know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't actually the museum district.
No kidding.
It's a strange land, all right. Strange and dark and twisted
Please
and...
stop! I'm already able-skilled enough.
Sorry.
De nada. Anything
Wait,
else?
what? Okay. So let's go
Let's
through
hear
it
your
again.
sad little story again. From the top.
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's threats. But this Frank...
Hurry it up.
I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieger... At least I
Yeah.
think it was Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg.
Ultra super color what now?
Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. My people's word for a stunning battle between a strangely garbed man and an alien space gorilla carrying a brain in a jar.
Say what?
So, where was I? Oh, yes! After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange...
Yeah,
You know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't...
What?
Ibble-skibbled! It's a common European word that describes the feeling of mild disorientation combined with nagging doubts about a rat. Honestly, what do they teach you Americans in your schools?
Video poker.
So, what else would you like to know?
Let's go
Let's hear
through
your
some more
Very
stuff
well.
again.
You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's threat. Is that one of your famous American handguns? Fascinating. We don't have any of these in Europe, you know. I was about to give him a tip for... At least I think it was Weltraumliebe Wach. Is that one of your
Yeah, I doubt that's gonna help me here.
After the... You know what
Luckily, we
else?
could just go through all the options and it'll show us
Is that one of your
what's all grayed out. So,
Shall I
this
continue?
isn't really that difficult of a chapter from what I've seen so far.
Let's hear your...
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about...
You lie.
You're right, it was more like 57 minutes ago. Yeah, but you American police are stinklers. Anyhow, I was about
Anyhow,
to... At least I think it was Weltraumliebe...
Liar.
Nein, nee, it really was a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. But more like a kleine Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. But anyway, after the fight moved... You know what
I don't think
else?
this guy's
I'm
giving us
starting-
anything.
Liar.
Moi? Lie? How dare you make such an accusation without a shred of proof? When I get back to the hotel, I will report you to the European consulate at once.
Fine.
Fine. Now, where was I?
We might
Oh,
need
yes.
proof for that. I feel like we're gonna need to come back to that.
People in this country are so intense.
The
get a feeling-
tourists seemed like just another victim circling the drain, but I knew there was more to the story. It was time to circle back and flush out the truth.
See, I felt like we could, like, go around to different people again. I want to go back to Frankie the Rat because, I know there's something else he can tell us here.
Frankie, what do you know? I was given directions
I thought he
to
was
a
dead.
confused tourist.
To the museum
Yeah, poor fella was wandering around in circles. Hurry it up. I was almost done helping the guy, see? When BAM! All of a sudden this...
Yeah.
Skunk ape.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since Aunt Jacqueline's vacation.
A brain? Was it Max's?
How should I know? All I know, it was a brain in a jar, and that crazy space gorilla was holding on to it like it was his best friend in the world. So anyways, I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked, and that's all
He
I
said
know
another
about the
gorilla.
space ape.
Other gorilla? What other gorilla?
Believe it or not, it was another space ape. He was spinning a sign for some pet store, the poor schlub.
So that dirty punk sign spinner did see Skunk Ape.
Aha.
So now what?
So now I want to go back to the sign spinner.
Ah!
You're welcome.
I'm back! Now where's Skunk Ape?
I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunk Copy. I'll never forget
Liar.
his final terrified.
That story ain't gonna wash, Bonzo. Your pal Frankie told me all about how you and he hid from a fight between Skunk Ape and some other guy. Now make with the lip flapping and I better like what I hear.
It's true. A few of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign for Frankie the Rat and a tourist when General Skunkape came running down the street, chasing after a strangely garbed man. To my everlasting shame, I cowered behind a crate like a common Venusian bonobo as the general and his prey skirmished.
Strangely garbed?
Yes, a man in a faded jacket and a strange hat. He seemed to be carrying a box of some sort. General Skunkapi was in hot pursuit. After the general and the
Interesting.
stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this. I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but he appeared.
What's that? A brain remover?
I believe it's one of the toys of power that my general has been collecting for the past 25 Kryleks.
I knew that. Give me that toy.
No! I need it to get back in General Skunkapi's good graces. Once I return this artifact to the general, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms.
What is it?
How I've come to miss standing at my general's side. That pitiful pop gun will never make me give up the rhinoplasty, Earth Dog.
Oh. We only got a taste of that.
Give me that toy.
No! I need it to get back in General Skunkapi. Once I... Oh, how I've come to miss...
Huh. You're fooling yourself, kid.
What are you talking about?
The only thing Skunk Ape's gonna welcome you with is a fistful of phasers. You can't go home again. You can't even get on the porch. You've tasted the apple, peed in the pool, bitten the hand that rocks the cradle. You're a sign spinner to him now, and that's all you're ever gonna be.
You're right. It's hopeless. No matter what I do now, I'll never soar through the galaxy at my general's side ever again.
Oh, so the Noir selection is a legitimate one.
And I hate to tell you, but you're not a very good sign spinner either. I hated to
that
see a
hurts.
grown gorilla cry, so I got in the car and looked for another lost soul to join me as I gazed into the abyss. Finally, a clue. The last time we saw the rhinoplasty toy, Max's special brain used it to turn into a bazooka. Now it was gonna lead me to the guy who stole that special brain. It wasn't exactly ironic, but I didn't care. Crimetron, do your stuff! What do you mean not found in database?
The Crimetron requires additional clues to make an informed deduction.
Clues? I haven't got time for clues. Max's body is starting to smell differently.
Then maybe you should stop yelling at my girlfriend and start with the clue-finding.
Okay then.
Frankie lied to me about helping that tourist. I hate it when punks lie to me. Frankie, what do you know?
I was given directions to a confused tourist.
To the museum to...
Yeah, poor fella was wandering around in sight.
Don't lie to me, Frankie. I talked to your tourist, and it looks to me like you sent him over to the wrong side of town to get rolled by your rat pack.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But this conversation is over. I ain't saying nothing till I get some legal representation. The nervous
no,
up
you
here,
don't.
Trampling a rat's god...
Do you want a lawyer? Here's an attorney from Smith & Wesson.
Okay, I'll talk. Sheesh. Like you guessed, I gave the tourist directions to the bad side of town, but I was just winding him up, really. Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it. Acting all high and mighty and European. What? You know, the bad side of town. Hoboville, Flemberg, Broken Corners, that area. Anyway, when the big fight broke out, me, the tourist, and the other gorilla... The tourist was loaded with high-exchange European stuff, but all the other guy had was funny...
Other gorilla? What?
Oh, we already
Believe it
did
or-
this.
So...
Anyway, after the fight... And that's all I know, honest. Ask...
Liar!
No, honest, I came right back here. And then you showed up and started slapping me around. So now what?
Again.
Once more, with feeling.
If you like you... Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it. Acting all high and mighty and European.
You're lying! No, wait, you're not. Keep going.
Anyway, when the big fight broke out, me, the tourist...
Oh, and then it's the
tourist
same
was
thing
loaded
again.
with high-exchange European stuff. Yipes! Stop doing that! It ain't good for my angina. Anyway,
For your-
after the fight
Okay.
moved on, the tourist got a nice souvenir for his trouble, and I skedaddled back here. And that's all I know, honest.
Souvenir?
Souvenir?
Yeah, something fell out of the funny hat guy's pocket, and the tourist scooped it up.
What was it?
I don't know, something.
It's the other
So
clue.
the tourist didn't leave empty-handed after all.
So what now?
Bye-bye.
Stick around. I may be back.
I shall count the minutes.
Back to the dark alley.
Ooh, a repeat performance.
Let's run through it one more time. And speak slowly. I'm an American.
As I said before, about an hour ago, you know, back in Europe, I had so much...
What happened next?
I was about to give him a tip for the... At least I think it was Weltraumliebe.
Then what?
After the fight moved on. You know what else? I'm starting to think.
Don't play innocent with me, metric lover. The rat saw you pick up something after the fight. Now spill!
Yeah, it's true. I took a souvenir from the fight. I didn't think anyone would notice. Here.
Norrington. Who the heck is Norrington?
I don't know. Just don't hurt me. You Americans are all animals. Animals.
Literally this time. All you've met is a rat and a dog.
Norrington.
And
The
gorilla.
name rang fewer bells than a sleigh in July. Hopefully, it would be enough. Okay, Crimetron, this is your last chance before I start looking for an upgrade. Come on, you obsolete hunk of junk. Talk! We're Skunk Ape.
Sam, no!
Stop holding out on me!
Get away from her, you Bruce.
Hey, we seen billboards for that place.
Finally.
Didn't think it would actually lead to
Across
anything.
the country, say, you're a monster, Sam.
What have you become?
The Museum of Mostly Natural History. The tarnished jewel of the city's once thriving museum district. Max and I always meant to visit, but we'd never gotten around to it. Now we were finally going to take in its thrilling and dubiously educational displays with a vengeance. All right, Skunk Ape, it's time to pay the piper, plus tax and applicable service fees.
So what happens now? Oh, and I can finally walk around. So, now that the game is saved, I think it's a good time to end it off, and we'll see how this recording on my brand new software, works out. So, can we find Skunk Ape, or however you want to pronounce it, and get the brain back? You're just gonna have to find out next time on Let's Play Sam and Max in the Devil's Playhouse. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.